Welcome to this Zentangle Quickie. My name is Heather Hartwick Gladden. I'm a certified Zentangle teacher, and today we're going to take a look at the new tangle named Cassie by Debbi Minero. And this is for our dear friend, our fellow tangle addict who passed away. We did a nice tribute to the tangles that she created on one of our Tangle Time sessions, and Deb decided Cassie needs a tangle named after her, and so this is what she created. So lovely. All right, it starts off with a series of C-shaped curve lines in the center of wherever you want it. And if you take a look at Deb's step out, she does have some beautiful, beautiful words and symbolism in there. So we're going to aim for 5. Whatever you get is fine, though. And then some larger C-shaped curve lines kind of creating, a petal-like shape. And the way I decided to do it is starting from the middle of one here and coming out and aiming for the center of the next one. Aim for it, and, sometimes we hit it. Sometimes it's okay. And we do that all the way around. And I will prove to you that it doesn't matter that if they're all the same size or not, all the same size, shape or not, mostly not, and it'll still work. Okay. So once we have this, then we're going to, it's kind of like a fold over type of shape, but this one is an S shape versus the V shapes that we've done before in, Toodles, Icanthus, ones like that. So I'm going to use the takeoff and land concept, and starting here at the top, and I'm going to keep it to this side just because you can play with it. So there's the S coming way out and then back in like that. So utilizing the takeoff and land concept, we'll do it again. I got 4 more chances here. All right, so taking off, tracing over here and then lifting off right there like that. Because I like how Deb had just like this part of the S, in as the fold over. I just think it looks really neat. What we found as we played with this today on our Tangle Time sessions, that it doesn't matter what you do, it'll still turn out amazing. So don't worry if it goes not the way it is in your mind, just keep going. It's all good. All right. Now, once we have those, we can add on. So I'm coming in the middle of these two with another petal shape, or better known as the C-shaped curve line. And some of them, that one's aiming this way a little bit, but it doesn't matter. The wind is just blowing and hitting that one. That's it. Okay. And then we're going to do those same C-shaped curve lines. And this, because you can see, like I'm picturing if this was extended down, it's hollowed underneath this and underneath this. So I'm going to start the same way, but as soon as I come to the line, I'm just picking up my pen, and that's it. Now, if you want, you can do it coming from both sides. Again, take a look at the For More Inspiration link, because Debbi has some great ideas for variations and ways to decorate it and stuff like that. Okay. Speaking of decorating, we'll do that. I really like these. Let me add one thing. You could continue on if you want. On the samples that I'll show you in a minute, I continued on with a giant C-shaped curve line like that. You kind of, it's like we're, okay, the only word that's coming to mind, that we're straddling, like here, we're straddling over that crevice there. This, we're connecting these two and straddling it over this. There's a better word, it's escaping me. All right, so one way to, and then the center. We'll save the center to last. I think that might be how she has it on her step outs. So with a light touch of the pen, and sometimes I actually hollow those, like dragging my pen. Let me show you. Let me do a couple things. One, a lot of times I will start here in the center and then work my way to both sides. And see, like this one, I'm air drawing over just so I make sure, it's because if I can get them to look like they're lined up, great. It's not necessarily necessary though. And especially if you do really light lines that can be kind of wiggly, then it doesn't matter if they're not evenly spaced, like that. It just, I don't know. It's a texture that we're putting on, a texture of kind of stripes, but they don't have to be exact. And I think that that's just beautiful. Actually, I'm doing the first row first. Ooh, maybe I'll do something on the second row. See, in this one, I've decided apparently that I'm doing it this way. And I'll come back and do this. You just never know what the pen's going to do. Never know. All right. Flat. And that's why I think, just having it barely touching the page, tickling the page, if you will. And look at how neat that comes out. And I think I'm going to do the secondary ones a different way because I liked how it looked. We'll see how it looks in combination. This one, I'm going to have them go the other direction. So let's start here. And two, you could just decorate. You could decorate both sides. You could just do the little fold over part. Oh, see, that looks kind of neat. Really, it's such a beautiful tangle. And then, of course, you can add, the extra organics, some flux shapes, some zinger and fescue, fancy fescue to it. It's up to you, any of the leafy shapes, because that's kind of cool. Whatever you want to do. And then in the inside, let's see, I think I'm going to do some orbs. Let's do that. Deb also gave a number of ways to do the center. I feel like I want to, well, because I look at how many times I went over. Well, let's just redefine those. Maybe have that come down here towards the center. There's always ways to tidy things up, like that. Course correct, when you've gone over something you didn't want to. Yeah. Okay, that looks cute. Yeah, okay. All right. Next, we will do some shading. So I'm going to start with just on the outside of the flap. Oh, and let's see. Okay, that looks like graphite. We're playing with lots of colors today. Oops, I didn't do there yet. Look at how neat that is. Okay. And working to not get it on that flap, which to maximize your chances of that not happening, having the tip of the pencil, tip of the tortillon on the line that you don't want to go over does seem to help. Oh, look at that. I think I may leave it. Although, you know what? These need something. I'm going to use what's left on this Tortillion because I was using that dark color. Let's just put a little, like on half of these inside. Just need something. There we go. That's something. Now, you could also play with thickening some of the lines if you wanted to, which is, I feel so very tempted to do. Okay. Just the flap. Because sometimes just redefining it, not even to make it thicker or dark. I mean, it's going to get thicker or darker for the most part anyway. But sometimes even just when you put graphite on something, and here, yeah, of course I was trying not to go over, but it touches it a little bit and kind of, I mean, as you can see, I mean, I don't know. I want to say dulls it a little bit. And so just redefining the line is just sometimes something fun to do. Could, if you wanted to, thicken it a little bit here and there, add some weight. On purpose or not. Like that. I love it. Now, debating on the hollabout sections. Thinking maybe just on some, and then we'll see, do I want to do more? Just because, so like right here, because like this is underneath this one. So why not add a little bit? Okay. My challenge is I don't want the graphite remorse and having too much. But I think this will really, we'll see. So I'm doing it on all of these edges on, not, and I'm not, well, I could go over there, but you know what? I can do that afterwards as well if I decide to. Yeah, so going around all of those edges and grabbing my runaway tortillon and working to keep it kind of tight to that line. Although this is getting kind of mushed in a little bit, so that doesn't help. But, oops, did I miss? There, here. Ooh, that, look at that, just made it, yeah. Very layerful. Okay. Something I didn't do that I saw other people do, and I'm going to, okay, with graphite or not with graphite? That is the question. Okay. How about with a gray pen and an 05? I'm going to aura this. And just by the way, if you didn't know, Micron has gray pens. This is the darker of the two. They have light gray and dark gray. It's real close, as you can see. It's close, but not, you can still see that it's lighter than the black, so that's nice. Sometimes just adding an aura gives it that neat touch that's, that it just needs. Okay, and I had this other thought as I was doing that. What is this? Oh, I think let's use the lighter gray outside of that. Oh, there it is. Okay. It could do it. I've done things before, right, with the graphite, an aura, and then spread it out. But sometimes that's just nice. I think having these. Well, let's see. Here's the difference. Well, at least in the cap color. But they come in a nice set. I think it's a nice addition to a pen collection to have these grays. They have them in the Jelly Roll tool, but it has a different look about them. So anyway, really neat. Now let me show you what I did playing with this at our Tangle Time sessions. This was my AM. Let me pull this up here. AM version. And this one I decided to do a third round. And like see, I just made it bigger. Had fun with color. This was on a prepped tile, and added some flux, some fancy fescue, some zinger. Just really, really fun. Really fun. And then tonight's, just on a gray tile, gray Zentangle. This is a coaster. You see it's a little bit smaller. In the description section, if you go below the links to the step outs, you'll find my link tree. There are all kinds of resources and links, if you want to follow me for classes and join in on this kind of fun. Please, the Tangle Time sessions are free. They're an hour long. I pick a tangle or two, and then we just go to town and have fun with it. And yeah, so this was the PM. I decided to do black, white shades of gray. On a gray tile, so I added some white, did some nice flux behind. I don't know, it's just really fun. And here I mentioned where you can come in on both sides with that flappy thing. And I'm not quite done shading, I don't think. But and then here on the lines, it did the sparkle. That's where you just leave a little gap, maybe a gap and a dot or two. It's just, it's just a neat technique. So information is in the description section. If you have enjoyed this, and I hope you have, please click on the like button. And if you liked it enough to see more, come subscribe to the channel. Let's see, I mentioned the description section for step outs, and my link tree. Follow me for classes. You can, on there, it has all my social media links, link to our Tangle Addicts community group on Facebook, and just if you're interested in that, there are 4 questions you have to answer in order to gain entry. But yeah, come join us. Like I said, we have fun on these sessions. During the AM and PM sessions, that's what I call them, because it's AM and PM for me. Depending on where you are in the world, it might not be for you, but that's what we call them. I always do the same content, same tangle or tangles. It's just different fun because you get to try something different. If a lot of people come to both, it's a hoot. All right. So with that, thank you so much for watching, and I wish you happy tangling.